me again, Kiana, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I'm Kiana and I do bookish video at least twice a week here. I try very hard. And today we are going to be doing the annotating book tag. I just started getting into annotating, I want to say around 2019. So when I saw this book tag, I thought it would be perfect to do. So let's get started. It is a 14 question tag. I have all of them written down right here on my notebook, my booktube notebook. So let's get started. So the first question is, do you mark your annotation with big flags? I use two different kinds. I get this regular plain one. These are the joint sticker note flags. They're 400. I get these from the Dollar Tree where I live at for $1. And then I use also these. This I get from Amazon. I bought like a pack of 10 for like $5, but I use these to tab my books up. The second question is, do you match your flags to the book cover, or do you have your own system? So I have my own system. I have two books here that I can show you what my systems are. So one of the recent book that I read and I tabbed, I think this is the last book I tabbed, was Winterbourne Home for Vengeance and Valor, Unlock the Secrets by Ali Carter. So normally what I do when I tab is I will have a key here with a sticky note, which I will show you in another one. And that's what I determine all the colors are for and everything. But this one I didn't. I just tabbed this one up. I used the colors purple, yellow, green, and orange. And as you can see from the cover, we have a lot of purple and oranges. So I did this one to match the cover of the book. But then with this one that I read earlier this year, All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace, I have a system. So like I said, I had the sticky note here that says it. So I had any magic that was in the book was a light purple, family issues were a dark purple, foreshadowing that I thought of was green, love was yellow, sarcasm was orange, things I didn't like was pink, court stuff, because this was like a royal one, was red, and anything that happened on the sea or pertained to the sea was of course blue. So those are kind of like the two systems I use to tab my books up. Question number 3 is, what is the first book you annotated? One of the first books I annotated was A Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and I think one of the later questions I will get into more, but this was the first one I did. And as you can see, I tabbed this bad boy up with everything. So question number 5 is, did you ease into annotating or did you just jump in? We can see with Throne of Glass, I jumped right into it. I did not care. I wanted to tab everything up. And again, I have my little like sticky note to help me. So question number 6 is, do you keep unannotated versions of your book? When I first started my booktube career, I did. I had about 3 versions of Throne of Glass. I had the hardback, the paperback, and then the UK paperback, and I wrote in one of them. I think I wrote in the paperback of Throne of Glass, and then I had to get rid of it because it had a lot of water damage, and then I just stopped keeping them. So I used to, but now I don't. I only have 2 bookshelves that can fit in my room, and even now these are overcrowded, so I don't have room to keep all these versions of these books. Question number 7 is, has anyone ever annotated a book for you? The answer is no. I would absolutely love if someone annotated a book for me with their version of annotating, but nobody has ever done that personally for me. Question number 8 is, do you mind used books with annotations already in them? The question would be, it depends. I don't write in my books. I don't highlight my books. It's just something I don't think at the moment right now I'm comfortable with doing. So if like the person does like the writing or the highlighting, I think that would bother me. But if it's like little sticky notes, like an actual like little sticky note and not the flags that I use, then yeah, like that's fine. Have you ever gotten hate looks for you annotating? I have, by a professor in one of my classes. I was reading before the class started, and I remember he looked at me and he's like, why are you doing that? Like, why don't you just read the book? And I was like, oh, like I'm just tagging parts that I liked. I was doing that one, or parts I found funny. This is when I first started annotating, and he looked at me like I was special, and it really pissed me off. Question number 8, as I said, is, what do you use to annotate? I only use book tags right now. Maybe when I get more comfortable, I'll start highlighting and writing my books, but for now I will only use my little flags. Question number 11, have you ever regretted annotating the book? Yes. I tried when I first started annotating to annotate every single book that I liked. Like, not every single book that I liked, every single book that I read, and it just didn't work out because some books I didn't like. A lot of books that I don't like anymore I just gave to my little sister, and she would take all the flags out, and I would just feel bad because it's like, I never liked them. Why did I tag them in the first place? And then I give them away, and it's just like, so if I didn't like the book, then I regret it. If I love the book, then no, I don't regret it. Question number 10, question number 12 is, why do you annotate? So that is where Throne of Glass comes back into place. Throne of Glass, as everyone knows, is this very high fantasy book. I annotate majority very books that have a lot of information in, especially if it's a series that you know for later books you are going to need to remember. So for Throne of Glass, my tags were Selena being a badass, sarcasm, history of the world, Selena's personal history, flirting moments, or any moments I found funny. So for Throne of Glass, I annotated a lot with history for Selena and the history of the world because I knew there were so many books out already and I just needed to remember what was going on. So that is why I started annotating, and I mostly only annotate with high fantasy books because it is stuff that I know I'm going to need to remember. That's when I started, and now I annotate if it's a series, even if it's like fantasy, romance, or stuff like that. I annotate it because I know it's a series. I'm gonna read all the other books, and I'm gonna have to remember, like, hey, this happened in one of the books. Remember that. Question number 13 is, when you underline, do you use a ruler? As I stated previously, I do not write in my book, so I don't think there's a need for me to use a ruler. And then question number 14 is, do you annotate every single book that you read? I do not. I think I want to. Again, it's been like a very long time since I've annotated a book. I think the last time I annotated a book was in April, and it's now November. But it gets really hard for me because sometimes I'll start and then I'll stop, so half the book will be annotated and then the other half won't, because annotating, it takes a lot of time for you to stop and be like, oh my god, like, let me do this, or oh my god, like, I have to tag this part. So I don't annotate every single book that I read. It all depends. If I feel the need that I'm going to continue on with the series, like how I've annotated every single one of Saboteur's Ember in the Ashes series, then yes. But majority of the time, no. If you're not in the series, I'm not annotating. So that is the annotating book tag I'll be leaving here on the side of me 2 videos I feel you guys should go check out. I try really hard to post 2 times a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will hopefully see you guys very soon with another video. Bye guys.